Happy Sunday, everyone. Unfortunately, not such a great Sunday here. About 10 minutes ago, this shed just caved in. Kind of see there's the grinder mixer, and underneath this roof line here is the corn picker. I have no idea how smashed up it is. It's a really warm day today, so I'm assuming the weight of the snow just brought her down. There's a bunch of stuff in the back. Looks like the roof line in the back is still standing, but I don't know how long. Try and get a view of it. There's part of it. Like the wall's busted about like 6 feet up. Not good. Hang on, bud. Are you stuck?
Yeah.
We have to go back. There's the corn planter. Not sure how smashed up that is. Help has arrived. Okay, so Alan's trying to clear away the snow that's on this. There's actually blacktop underneath the snow. He's trying to clear that all away so that if we can get the machinery out of the shed, we can put it over there on the blacktop. But like I said, there's a lot of snow to move. Just trying to clear the snow away. Forgot our bee farm mall is in there. Hopefully it's okay. The wood's so old it just breaks right when he grabs it with the claw. Yeah, this shed was originally the roof off of an old dairy barn, off of a dairy farm literally just a couple miles north of us. Or not north, west of us. The picker is basically holding up the entire rest of the roof line, and there's a conveyor off the back, and that's holding up the back of the roof line. So now we're gonna try and get all the snow moved and get around the side and try and get that.
I would go way in.
I'm gonna go in here, but not too far. There you can see there's the conveyor holding up this big chunk of roof. And that's basically keeping the roof line from going down on this chopper And the round baler. That chopper there, that spout is bent. You can see just the water just dripping off. It's hard to see. The corn planter doesn't look too bad right now, but there's a big chunk of, oh, I can see at least one box is pretty smashed up. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Sorry about the wind, everyone. Ooh. Trying to cut the roof line around the arm of the corn planter right there so they don't bust it off. Out of here and get those out, then we're hoping to get the machinery that's under the roof line out while the corn picker holds everything up. The bee ran out of gas. The bee seems to come through pretty unscathed, other than this column here got kind of bent. But other than that, it's pretty good. came through relatively unscathed. I thought that the top of the fertilizer box was maybe busted, but it survived. Biggest damage is on here, but we don't actually use these boxes, so it's not a big deal. Looks like that got hit. One of our silo blowers. Looks okay.
Might have to lift it up somewhat high to get the head up, but I think that head is sitting down. Up, I guess. Yeah, go ahead, it's fine.
We just bought that round baler this summer, so thank goodness it doesn't have any damage. definitely not the way we wanted to spend our Sunday. But at least nobody got hurt in there.
Well, we're here today, it's a couple days after the shed caved in. I just wanted to take some time here and give out some thanks and then kind of go through and explain kind of what happened and what we all did. First, I'd like to thank God for one thing, that nobody was in there when it caved in, and that nobody got hurt during the cleanup. It was a pretty dangerous situation. The thing was creaking the whole time, a lot of pressure on different things, so it went very well considering the circumstances. And then I'd like to thank my dad. He came out right away as soon as he heard and helped us. I'd like to thank my good friend Connor. He was running the mini excavator, did a great job. It was here within a half an hour after it caved in, which was a big help. And also his mom and dad for the use of the excavator and the truck to get it here. And I'd also like to thank everybody that called, see if we needed help, called for any support at all. It was much appreciated, and thank you for that. So I guess now we'll kind of go over what happened. This building was a round, we call it a round roof or a Quonset shed. It actually, what it was the top haymow of an old dairy barn down the road a ways my grandpa bought. It's been here close to 30 years. It's been here, and it's served its purpose pretty good. What happened was the snow load got too heavy on the top. I think it's just something with the way this year was, because it had way more snow than I've seen on it before. Usually the wind keeps it pretty clear, and it just folded down from the peak, folded in the middle, and the walls broke out about 10 feet up. There was really no straight walls. It was round rafters all the way down to where it was mounted to the posts. But about 8 or 10 feet up the walls, it broke right off. The one wall, it actually, I call it a wall, it blew right out the side completely on the ground. I think she's got video of that. And it folded right in. And actually, I was standing by the barn talking to my grandpa. I actually seen it cave in. I heard it start crackling, and I looked over and watched it come down. It was a mess. And most of the video she kind of covered previously of what we got out, kind of some of the damage. Couple things that she didn't have. She went to do chores with my dad and we were still working. We can come over here. Okay, we got this chopper and blower here. They were still under there. We were able to get them out. Really no damage other than the control arms on the chopper got bent down just because the roof fell right on them. This little blower didn't have any damage, which we really don't even use it. It was just in there kind of as a backup. Our little round baler over there, that had no damage. That was really lucky because we just bought that last fall, so I'm glad of that. This conveyor here, this was actually on the back of that New Idea self-propelled corn picker in there. And up until the last few minutes, this wasn't damaged. But this was holding up most of the roof, which allowed us to get pretty much all the machinery out of there. The round baler, all that stuff. And when we were trying to get this chopper out over here, which was behind the picker, because I could not move the picker, when the roof fell down, it landed on the head, and I think what happened is the pressure from the roof caused the hydraulic hose to blow. So the picker would start and run, but I could not raise the header to move it. So that was kind of stuck there, plus it had the shed sitting on the cab and on this conveyor. So what we wound up doing is, once we got that round baler out, it really started creaking, because this conveyor wasn't damaged very little at the time, but he tried raking some snow off to try to lighten the weight, and it just caved in, and it just folded right up. So that's kind of probably the most major damage money wise, and the fact that it's kind of hard to replace because there's not a lot of them around anymore. But we'll figure something out for that. But that's why the picker is still sitting in the shed, is just because I couldn't raise the head to move it. But we got once that folded over, it kind of took a lot of the pressure off the rest of the stuff, so we were able to get this chopper out. This is kind of our main chopper actually, so there wasn't much damage to this really. This broke off, which is no big deal. This is just electrical plug-in for the controls. And actually this motor up here, I don't know if it still works or not. I haven't tried it. The bracket is broke, but otherwise it doesn't look bad. This spout on here actually took a hit from the roof about 3 or 4 times when we were trying to get the roof off of it, and it held up really well. So as far as that goes, I don't see any major damage on anything really that's too serious. Most of this machinery in here is not real high dollar equipment, other than the picker, but that's fixable. No one got hurt, and that's the main thing. And the building, like I said, it's kind of one of those things. It was getting in rough shape, and it was just, you know, hard to clean the roof off. And never in 30 years we've never had to take snow off, and it's never had an issue. So it's one of those things that happens, I guess. I guess we can come around here. And okay, we're kind of at the back here now. That last chopper I was talking about, that was actually back in this corner. And that conveyor came off the back of the picker up about as high as what the cab is, and that folded down. But we were able to get the wall, push that whole side over to get it off everything, and we got the chopper out of there. That other chopper and that little blower were over here. There was a couple corn heads for the choppers here. We were able to get them out without much trouble. And then I just had him push that back wall down once we got everything out of there, so the wind blowing on it and stuff, there was no danger of it falling on anybody or anything like that. And kind of the plan now, I guess, I have to try to climb underneath that picker and see what's leaking oil and get that fixed so it can be moved. I probably won't do much with this now until the snow melts this summer. Connor said he would come back. They have a skid steer with tracks on it as well. I don't want to run ours with the rubber tires just because there's nails everywhere, and I'd be changing tires daily. But come back and kind of get everything piled up and either buried or disposed of that way. A lot of the lumber I've been taking, actually burning in our wood furnace, so there's a little bit of a bonus there. But so I'm sure there'll be more footage on the cleanup once we kind of get rid of some of this snow and go from there. As far as rebuilding a new shed, I don't know what we're going to do with that yet. That'll probably be further down the road. This thing wasn't much. I don't think there was any insurance on it that I know of, so it kind of is what it is. But we'll go from there, and maybe down the road we'll put up something new. But for now, we're just going to deal with what we got here. I'm just thankful again that nobody was hurt, and I am thankful that Connor was able to make it as soon as he did, because if this would have had to sit a day or multiple days, there would have been a lot more machinery damage, because there was still, the way the roof came in, there was still a tremendous amount of snow on the roof. I mean, this thing was creaking and shifting the whole time, so there was a lot of machinery that would have been damaged if it would have been left. So I mean, like I said, he was here within a half an hour, so that was really awesome and much appreciated. And I'd like to thank everybody again just for all the help and offers of help. It was really great to have. So I'd like to just ask everybody to, if you like the video, please subscribe, and God bless everyone, and just, you know, be thankful for what you got. It could be a lot worse. You know, this is nothing compared to if somebody would have been hurt in here, and I'm just so glad that didn't happen, because I come in here all the time looking at parts or getting stuff, or the kids playing, so it's very thankful for that. So I guess that's all I got for today, and we'll see you in the next video.